Hi everyone. So I've been looking at the submissions for today's assignment, the America Deep Dive, and it looks to me like all of you are struggling just a little bit to answer some of these questions. I think the reason is that some of the math that is requested in this worksheet probably hasn't been done with you for quite a little while because many of you are in advanced math classes. So I wanted to take a few minutes and just talk about how to do these very basic questions. In addition, I know that some of you were struggling to read the script in the packets and the one that was uploaded onto the classroom page. So what I've done is I've taken a high def photo of each individual page because you'll be using some of these in the future as well. But I've attached the America one to the assignment for today. So what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to go through a little bit. I'm actually going to try to take this video and then move it to iMovie and then be able to pull up pictures. So you're going to have to cope with me for a minute. It's probably going to be a bit of a long video. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is in the page, there are specific details shared in each of the little boxes. So your boxes kind of look like this, right? And they've got little, you'll notice that at the top, there's information shared. And I know that's backwards, but it's the best I can do. So when you look at the America page, the first question asks you what the square miles are. And remember that in the directions I said to you, copy it exactly as you see it in the book. So your answer should have been, for the square miles of America, 3,678,190. So if you are answering from this little square, I need you to use the exact number there. As another example, one of them is a percentage, but again, I said use the exact number as you see it. So some of you put the number and then the percent, and so the Google form, of course, counted it wrong because that's not what the answer guide says. Number 2 asks what the America's population is. That should be pretty self-explanatory. It's the number below the square miles. Number 3 says, what's the percentage of our urban population? That was the one that I saw a lot of you use the percent sign. Remember, only type in the number. The next question has to do with how many people are considered to be living in an urban area. So this is not given to you. You're going to have to do some math. So if a certain percentage of people live in an area and you know the number of the population, what you're going to have to do is figure out what percent of that population is urban. So for example, if the number was 50%, you would multiply the population number by 50%, 0.50, and that would give you the number of people living in an urban area. Number 5 says, what is the general percent of population rise in the United States each year? And again, some of you used a number that is not the number that it is as it appears in the book, so please check that. Number 6 says based on that number, because this is a 2019 publication, so based on that number, what would the population be at the end of 2020? So in order to figure out that percent, you would take the current population and you would multiply it by 1 point, and then let's say the number was 5%. It isn't, but let's say it's 5%. So you would multiply the current population given to you by 1.05. And that would give you the projected population for 2020. Number 7, everybody seemed to get right. Number 8, everybody seemed okay with. Number 9, everybody seemed okay with. Number 10 is another percentage question. So according to the chart, 19% of America's population is under 15. So 19%. So you're going to take the population that's given to you, and you're going to multiply that by 19% or 0.81, and that's going to give you the population under 15. Number 11 says, in America, how much longer on average does a woman live compared to her male counterpart? We did not ask you for the ages. We asked you for the difference between the woman's age and the man's age. So that's the number you need to give us. What year was America born and how old are we? What is our literacy rate? Does it change for males and females? And then based on our Human Development Index, what is life like for the average American? So this question in particular, many of you struggled with a little bit. I've noticed a couple of grammatical errors, which I'm fixing right now. But again, the human index is sort of like, what's it like to live in America? So for the average American, based on that human index, and our human index is 0.92. So that means that, and again, a human index is from 0 to 1. So the closer you are to a 1, the better life is for the normal everyday person in America. And that's what you would put. You know, ours is a 0.92. So that means our median income is about $59,000 in a family. 0.92 means we have long-lasting lives. We've got a good healthcare system. We deal with natural disasters relatively well. Our people live to be relatively old, averagely. We do all right educationally. So the average American, not all Americans, but average Americans live a relatively good life in America. In some of the countries that we ask you to compare in the next coming days, that is not necessarily true. It's why we wanted you to just do this with America today so that you would become accustomed to using these numbers. Okay? If you have any questions, feel free to email me or feel free to email the person that you are in the group for. We are available to you whenever you need us from 9 to 3. I answer emails all the time, so if you need me, you let me know, okay? I hope this helps. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, and for those of you still holding in, I'm going to give you a little treat. I'm going to show everybody this tomorrow, but I'll show you guys first. This is Blue. He's our new little puppy. He's taking a nap, but I wanted you to see him. None of us are very much fan of coronaviruses, but I gotta tell you, I think he's a pretty good fan of having Mama at home for a little while. I hope you're all hanging in there and you're swimming well. It's gonna be all right. The world's gonna come back and everything's gonna be good. And I will talk to you guys soon. I was happy to see so many of you saying yes to the Zoom check-in. Talk to you soon. Bye.